Hello, hello, PancakeSwap community and cake holders. Welcome to this new episode of Pancake Talks. I think we are around the 20th episode right now. If you think that it comes one per week, you can realize we have been doing this for a long time. And we are so proud of it since the viewers keeps increasing. Also, we have new projects every week, all projects that have been partnering with us, some older ones, some new ones. There is everything. There is always a space to talk about our partnerships, to talk about what other teams are building in this crypto space that moves super super fast. And before introducing the project that is going to talk with us today, of course, I have my partner here. I think he is over there. Annie, can you hear me? Are you there?
Yes,
Don't
yes. I'm
the
here.
market didn't kill you. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. I'm still surviving. Doesn't matter what happens. I will be here, and I'm very happy to be with you, Chef Frank, here on these Pancake Talks. As you said, yeah, we are doing that for some time now, and it's a nice opportunity for me to keep learning new stuff about the DeFi space, new partners, new people. Yeah, so it's a nice opportunity for me. Thanks.
Yeah, for me too. It's really difficult to. I mean, there is a lot of the information is all there. You can go and grab all the info you need, but it's super difficult to differentiate what information is useful and what information is completely useless. And also, as crypto moves super super fast, it's really difficult to follow the project that you like. I mean, you open Twitter or you open the web pages and I don't know, a lot happening in 3 months. So I also think that these spaces are really nice, also for me to learn. And what is your okay? You are still surviving, you said, but are you hopeless or are you in a good trend?
Well, I'm totally biased in here. I mean, I think crypto is the future for that reason I'm here. But yeah, I mean, we see periods like that in the past where people lost hope and we are in a bear market and everything looks bad. But if everything takes time to recover, and I think we will see a green period after the dark season.
Nice, nice, nice. I will use a word that you has just said. You said recover, and a thing that you can't recover is your funds. If you get scammed, you lose your funds, and we are used to, and this is unfortunately because it's horrible to say, but we are used to see people in crypto losing their funds. They get scammed by I don't know. Um, Crypto scam tokens, crypto scam. I forgot the word. Scammers impersonating me, you, or even projects losing their Twitter account or having a DNS attack or whatever. And the guest from today, there are some really amazing guys that have been partnering with us for a long, long time. I think I can't recall right now if it's 2022 or 2023, but it's kind of a lot. I found that the first announcement of partnership it data for a lot of time, and I will let them to introduce themselves, but I can say that they have been saving PancakeSwap users for a long time, and that's nice. So please give a warm welcome to the Hashdit team. We have three people coming today. I'm so happy about that too. So I will stop talking and just say hello, Ayden. Hello, Sebastian. Hello, Chris. Thanks for being here today.
Hello, 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 Chef friend. Hello, Ancient. Very, very nice to be here today. Yeah, we are the Hashdit team, and we actually bring a lot of interesting topics today. and we've been working on the smart contract security, and we have cooperated for long, right? And I'm glad that you like the services. I'm glad that the users are using the security services so that we can try to prevent some hacks and scams, impersonating things. You just talk. Try to avoid those kind of risks from happening on the users, because that is unfortunate on the DeFi world. Sometimes your funds are being lost. It is so hard to get it back. So why don't we just prevent it in the very first stage? That is what we are aiming to.
Nice, 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 nice. Thank you. For the ones who don't know, as the super too long didn't read, and the guys will tell you a little bit more right in the next seconds. Hashdit is behind our token scanner. So when you try to be Dishon or when you try to exchange tokens, swap tokens in our platform, maybe you have seen this kind of marks from the scan that says if some token have some risk, if it's medium risk, if you are aping too much and you should avoid that risk. And that's quite nice because in the decentralized world, and this is something that it's really difficult sometimes to explain the community, PancakeSwap doesn't have the ownership, it's not behind those some tokens. I mean, if you want, and I'm saying you, talking about any user or maybe even me, I'm not a tech guy, but anyone can create a token and put it on this platform. And not only about PancakeSwap, any DEX. That's the essence of the decentralized world. And put a token to be sold. Only its liquidity and the token. And what Hashdit does, just a small part, they will tell you all the business that they are doing at the moment, but the one that it's completely partnered with PancakeSwap is they scan, and they will see how they will let you know how they scan those tokens and give you like a pat in your back saying like, okay, we are seeing that this token could be low risk, medium risk, avoid this token and that stuff.
Yeah. Because in the decentralized world, I think very happy that you accept our services. Very happy that you think the services is useful in the decentralized world. Security is the first priority for us. Because there's no ownership, meaning that there's no like maybe less of regulation, meaning more freedom, but also brings more opportunity to the scammers and not so good people try to fraud the people. There are a lot of like the fake tokens because I can mimic the USDT and try to be a USDT. If someone is not professional in the DeFi, or he or she is new to the DeFi, maybe it's a risky sign. And yeah, I'm glad you like the services. We're trying our best to do what we can to ensure the user security and the DeFi security as well. We'll share some more interesting stuff during the later presentation, I think.
Yeah, thank you, Ayden, for the answers. And I will start with some of the questions we prepared for today's Pancake Talk. And
Wait. I think I think the guys want to present first, since they have prepared something really juicy for us, and then we can go with the questions. Is that right,
Yeah.
Ayden?
Yeah, sure. I guess I think after the presentation, you can have a more information about Hashdit and what we are doing. And there's some new technology we're bringing to Pancake and all the community users today. And I think after that, there will be a very great conversation between us.
Perfect. Yeah, go ahead.
Thank you. I think I'll just go ahead and start maybe. Okay. Hello, everyone. So, yeah, very nice to be here. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Thank you for joining us today. Thank you for the invite from the chef. So we are so excited to share some important insights and development with you. This is Ayden, as we just discussed before. And with me are Sebastian and Chris. We are working on the Hashdit as a smart contract and Web3 security engineer. So I think together we'll guide you through today's presentation, and they will cover several key areas of our work and vision for the future. Can we change to the next slide? Thank you. I think I will first try to have a brief overview of what we will cover in our presentation. It will be not lasting too long, and we'll try to make it short. And after that, we can have a Q&A session, and feel free to post any of the questions you have. So we'll start with the introduction of our company and the service we provide to secure the blockchain ecosystem. And next, we'll discuss the current state of the Web3 security, common threats in the ecosystem, and the importance of the security in the decentralized applications. Following that, Sebastian will help us to go through the specific security solutions offered by the Hashdit. And this will cover a lot of your questions, including the security evaluation APIs, the on-chain monitoring systems, and our auditing services, and so on. We'll then highlight our efforts in engaging with the community to promote the security awareness and the collaboration things. And lastly, I think there will be a showcase for Chris to present our latest technological innovations aimed at preventing malicious transactions and enhancing the overall security of the blockchain. Okay, so I think I'll go ahead and start with the company overview. So we are the Hashdit. So our main duty is to defend the blockchain that we trust, and we work hard to build a safe ecosystem for both protocol users and smart contract developers on the BNB chain. And this means we provide the security solutions for the DeFi platforms, to the wallet, and to the users. So our goal is to ensure that everyone using these technologies that we provide can do the DeFi safely and securely, without knowing the background knowledge of the solidity or a smart contract or security things, because we do the job for you. So we offer several key services to achieve this. First, we have the security evaluation API, such as the smart contract security API, the token security API upcoming, the transaction security API, and more. Those API will help the user to to avoid the potential malicious project and transactions. We also have an on-chain monitoring system to keep an eye on the blockchain in real time to detect any suspicious activities. We also provide the auditing services to a smart contract and to ensure that they are safe before they go live, things like that. And we're actually very proud to serve a wide range of global customers, including PancakeSwap and Trust Wallet and BNB Chains. So those partnerships demonstrate our commitment to provide a reliable security solution to the major players in the blockchain space. So before we go into the detail of the Hashdit services, I would like to spend some words about the security of the Web3 and why it is very important. I think the Web3 is the next phase of the internet, using the decentralized technologies like blockchain and so on. So the Web3 is growing very fast. Like the Web3, the thing just came out around like 2010. It has been like around 14 years until now, but it is growing so fast with the new technologies and the applications. Because of the growth, like there's a lot of money being invested into it. So as the ecosystem evolves, those efforts are crucial. The security is a very crucial thing in creating a secure and a resilient Web3 environment. So there are some of the common threats in the security, Web3 security for sure. One big issue is the smart contract vulnerabilities. Like, do not think those are just a small bugs, because they can lead to a very big financial losses if they are not fixed. We observe more than 1.1 billion was just lost due to on-chain security incident in 2024, like from January to June. Like this happened on more than 400 different chains. On the ETH itself, we can observe more than like 400 million US dollar lost in H1 2024. So we can see that it is very, very important to test and audit the smart contracts carefully And on the user side, it is very important to fetch out those contracts with vulnerability or scam patterns to avoid your money being lost. So another problem, as Jeff just mentioned, very common in Web3, it's like rug pulls, phishing, and other type of frauds. Like the rug pulls happens when the developer takes money and run, and phishing tricks people into giving away their private keys. In the real world scenario, they are much more complicated than we expect. Some dangers will conceal themselves, such as Ponzi projects. We need to learn how to spot and avoid those scams. Like we can check the URLs, we can use only trusted platforms, we can follow the Web3 security related Twitters, and using security related products such as PancakeSwap to help you verify these target security before you do any transactions. We can follow Hashdit Twitter to get the latest news of the security, and using the Hashdit APIs and extension, things like that. I think Sebastian will cover those in details in the next part. So I will not try to expand that. So like, I think overall the security is crucial, not only for the users, but also for the DeFi applications. So that's why we always have a very close collaboration with the PancakeSwap team. Good security builds the trust and make sure the service are reliable. It will also protect users' assets, like and data from being hacked or being attacked. So if users trust the project security, they continue to use the dApps, and then helping those applications to succeed in the long run. I think that is also one of the reasons like PancakeSwap is always the top DeFi platform on the BSC scan, because it is secure enough, people keep trusting it. So I think in conclusion, we can see that like the Web3 security is very important. There are many challenges, but with the right security measures, like Hashdit can protect the ecosystem. So understanding and fixing the threats like the smart contract bugs and scams is a key. So we have to ensure that the app security builds the user trust and help the Web3 growth. And also we have to ensure that user is able to use the security services to avoid potential scams and rug pull patterns or vulnerable smart contracts. Yeah, I think that will be the brief introduction of the first stage process. I'll hand it over to Sebastian, who can help us go deeper inside to the Hashdit, what we do, and what is our product, and so on. Sebastian, please go ahead.
All right. Hi everyone. Thank you, Ayden, for such a great introduction to the presentation so far. Once again, thank you so much, PancakeSwap, for inviting us to have this platform to share more of our capabilities. So without further ado, I'll go ahead and continue. So right now, I'll share a bit more on what are some of Hashdit's current security solutions. Okay, so just a rough overview of what we are currently working on right now. Behind all of our front-facing or rather user-facing products, in the back end, what lies is our what we call it the threat intelligence API. So what we do here is we have a comprehensive suite of API detectors and also scanners that does proactive threat detection and surveillance over the blockchain, so over the BNB chain, for example, right? And what does it actually do? Here we cover most types of scams and hack behaviors, so we are able to flag out any suspicious malicious behavior as soon as possible. And this is currently used by our partners such as Trust Wallet. You might have seen it if you have used the Trust Wallet app before. You might see a alert that is being shown sometimes when you are interacting with a particular smart contract, and that is actually powered by our API. And on PancakeSwap, as already shared just now, the token security will be shown based on what our API has scanned, and it will reflect the risk accordingly. But of course, I think what we are most sort of interested in, and how it will pertain to most of the current audience right now is the two solutions right here, which is our extension, Chrome extension, and MetaMask Snaps. So essentially, these are your main defenders, right? When you want to interact with a particular D app or a particular website, these are essential tools for anyone in the Web3 space, as they provide critical protection. For example, when you land on a malicious website, or when you are attempting to sign a malicious transaction, our API is able to simulate and check against our rules, and also and some of our blacklists, right? And then this will be able to provide any high risk warnings as soon as possible, so that users can stay protected. And I'll expand more on that later in the next slide. The three other products that you see currently are the monitoring platform, smart contract auditing, and also incident response. These are some of the services that we also provide, but this will likely be more pertaining to our project partners, where other DApps can collaborate with us, such that they can ensure, for example, if we're talking about a monitoring platform, right, we are able to detect any potential hacks related to their smart contracts as soon as possible, so that we can proceed with, for example, incident response. And as a prevention measure, we also offer auditing, such that we can keep their smart contracts secure, and generally protect their users as well. Okay. So so what are the main unique features of our security solutions, right? Once again, talking about our Chrome extension and MetaMask Snaps, the first point is relatively straightforward, being that these are all very easy to use. They are all free to use. For example, the Chrome extension, you can easily download from any Chrome-based browsers using the App Store. And you can just install it into your browser. And then for the MetaMask Snaps wise, is free to use as well, whereby you can land on the MetaMask App Store, which is the Snap Store is something new that is an added feature to the MetaMask wallet. And this essentially allows anyone to just simply pick up these tools, and there's nothing holding you back basically from not using these tools, since it's free to use and you could potentially be protected from being scammed. And my second point here is that it's easy to install, use, and understand. We have already consolidated easy to understand guide on how to install these applications on your browser, and also the risk information that we have chosen to add is relatively straightforward and also easy to understand. So on both understandings, users can know whether to proceed on a website or sign a certain transaction. And the third point, which is sort of the whole driver behind this, the purpose of even using these tools, is that we are thankfully well protected against most pitfalls of Web3. So we cover most types of situations that are especially important, that we believe are especially important for users. In terms of scams, we have rug pull or honeypot tokens, some Ponzi scams. Other scams include other infamous scams that are quite common nowadays are the address poisoning scam, whereby a user might be tricked to send to maybe tricked to send funds to another wallet intended, and usually it will impersonate the wallet that you want to send to by copying the prefix and also the suffix, which is the first and last few characters of your address. So this can be quite confusing if you're a ordinary user, right? And then for wallet drainers wise, we also cover this as well, such that when you try to maybe approve your funds when you might accidentally land on a wrong website, and the transaction pop-up might suggest you to approve your funds to a phishing address, for example. Yes, we do have such high risk protection and warning as well. And another one that I can think of right now is probably pig butchering scam. So this is relatively popular right now as well. Of course, how it works is usually these scammers, they will reach out to you through social media, for example, Twitter, or even through your contacts. So they basically get your contact number through the dark web and other means, and then they will include you in this sort of WhatsApp channels or even Telegram channels, right? And they usually impersonate popular figures in the crypto space, such as Binance, and they promise sort of high APY or APR, high returns in general for your funds. And usually they will trick you into thinking that, hey, I'm able to withdraw my funds, but that is usually part of the scam. And we what we do is we try to prevent users from investing into this pig butchering scam and alerting them as soon as possible. Yeah. And lastly, not even scams, right? Hack contracts as well. We try to give a warning for those. So, for example, I think recently there was a hack where some of the user funds were stolen because of a hack hack smart contract. So these warnings that we will do will allow users to know that, hey, maybe I should revoke my approval, or users are also warned to not approve further funds to this hack contract. Okay, so I'll share a bit more based on how our extension and MetaMask snaps will show on your browser, for example, so that when you chance upon this pop-up, you won't be confused on what is actually happening, right? So if you start from the left here, we can see the first pop-up alert actually shows when you land on a potentially malicious website. So this is seen with the Chrome extension. So basically it indicates that the site might be malicious or even a wallet drainer page. And at this stage, as you can tell with the big words, deceptive site ahead, and also the red background, users should actually exercise heightened caution and are advised not to proceed further. And the next image on the right side, you can see is another pop-up from our extension. So this pop-up usually only happens after a user choose to proceed after the initial risky website alert. So if you were to look at the first image, you can see there is a proceed to continue button. So excuse me. If a user were to proceed and then choose to connect their wallet, then the phishing website will usually prompt a transaction for you to sign. But because if you are using our Hashdit extension, you will be able to see our pop-up initially. So you can see from the middle picture, it will show a high risk mark in red with a basic risk description stating that, for example, the user is approving a transaction to a scam address, or he is basically transferring funds to a scam address. So this can all lead to asset loss. So in general, this should serve as a strong warning to not proceed with the transaction, and users are strongly advised to exit the website immediately, and of course not to forget to disconnect their wallet from the website. Proceeding with such transaction can result in the loss of funds and also potential recurring losses in the future. And the next and the last screenshot here we see is the MetaMask snaps warning. So recently we have built our product on MetaMask snaps as well. You can see besides the usual interface that we see when we try to sign a transaction, on the right tab here, you will see our company, which is a Hashdit security here. Yes, under this right tab, you will be able to view the overall risk of the transaction. In this example, we can see there is an overall high risk being shown, and it's advised to reject the transaction. So in this case, this is because the contract being interacted has been deemed high risk by our threat intelligence API. So I think at this point, some people might feedback that the risk description that we give is a bit too vague, or some might think it's hard to understand, right? But in this case, we chose to keep the risk description more general and to opt to show a risk level to serve the general community and make it easier for most to be able to absorb this information easily. But if you were to require more information on why a particular website or address is risky, please do not hesitate to reach out to us, and we'll be happy to assist with that. Yeah. Okay.
Hey, Sebastian, I have a question. I don't know if this is easy for you to track, but with all these products, do you have a rough estimation on how many users have you prevent to be scammed? I think it's a difficult number to get, because users, I understand users go back when they see this, but do you have a rough estimation?
Yes, thank you so much for that question. Yeah, I agree. So actually, when I was trying to gather some data to bring it into this presentation, I thought of this as well, because like you mentioned, it's tough when we try to measure how much of a value we have prevented since the transaction did not actually happen, right? We cannot use a absolute value to sort of measure that. But of course, the only thing we can do is to gather the asset value of the user prior to the transaction, and what are the assets that can be affected. So in that sense, we have actually prevented around more than 10 million, if I were to recall, based on the 2023 statistics. And most of this have been through multiple consumers, such as Trust Wallet, and also our Chrome extension. So currently, the bulk of the users protected are through the Trust Wallet application, and what we would like to see is a greater pickup in our two user-facing solutions, which is the Chrome extension and also the MetaMask snaps. Yeah. So I hope that answers your question.
Thank you for the answer.
Okay, yeah. So I'll move on to some of the case studies whereby our solutions could have potentially prevented these victims from being affected, right? So as shared earlier, these are the incidents that unfortunately has already took place, and hence we are able to use the amount to be able to justify a certain warning, right? So in this case, the first example here, we can see an Infernal Wallet Drainer was unfortunately able to steal around 50K worth of tokens on the March of 24th. And using our API, we were able to flag this address as early as 6 days ago when it was active. So victims could actually be protected if they have used the Chrome extension. And the image on the right, you can see where a user tries to sign a malicious transaction. Our Chrome extension will give this warning here. For example, you're approving large amount of assets, or you're approving to a high risk address. So a second case we can see here is the other scam which I've mentioned before, which is the spoofing scam. So spoofing and address poisoning, they are the same concept. Here, based on our model, we are able to flag the address nearly 3 weeks in advance, where the user could have been protected if they had used the Trust Wallet application, or if they were to use the MetaMask snaps, because they would have seen a warning which would go along the lines of saying this recipient could be a spoofing address. Do review the address again. So this sort of high risk warning would be potentially very helpful for this user, and could have been 10K richer. Yeah. And lastly, another case sort of that we want to share with is a hack case whereby there was a lack of validation hack totaling around 68K. So essentially, users that have approved their funds to the vulnerable contract will have lost funds because of this approval bug. So actually we are able to detect for this malicious actor before the incident roughly 1.5 months ago, and users that stay tuned to monitoring alerts could have been protected. So here I would like to give like a small sort of tip as well. Basically we have been using a monitoring a Telegram channel that has monitoring alerts as well. So this is sort of our side sort of product that I didn't really go through, but yeah, this can be potentially helpful in the future. Yeah. Okay, so now I'll move on to some of the I'll move on to community engagement, right? Which personally, from my own perspective, I feel is super important in this crypto space because as shared by Chef friend just now, the security or Web3 security in general moves very fast, whereby it's more of like a cat and mouse game where scammers want to stay ahead of security researchers and auditors, while the researchers and auditors want to stay ahead of them. So it's going to be a growing sort of journey here where it will be great if we have the support of the community and to all basically work together, right? So that we can flag out any malicious behavior as soon as possible and keep each other protected, right? And that's essentially my first point here. Whenever a new hack or new scam technique appears, everyone is quickly updated. This could be through our channels such as Twitter, and for example, they will know what to do afterwards, such as to revoke a certain approval, for example. And the second one is that I wrote here was about crowdsourced security insights and bug reports. So this is especially important when new bugs appear. Everyone can quickly take necessary preventive measures together, and this essentially applies more for the project parties as well, as they can share good common security practices with each other. And lastly, the third one applies also with working with the other partners or they have their own internal security team. So this is especially important when certain topics come up, and I think in general different security teams have their own niche or have their own specialties. So sharing valuable information can help to expose malicious actors in the space. For example, if we were to collab with another team that is specifically good in investigation or fund tracing, that could be especially helpful if we want to crack down on a potential malicious threat party. Okay. Yeah. And lastly, how we usually engage our community, as I mentioned, through the Hashdit email and also Telegram as well. So these are our main channels that we stay tuned with. Some other social media ones such as Twitter, where we have active updates, active posts as well. So we stay tuned to those notifications. And lastly, we have frequent updates on our blog page as well, where we do deep dives into certain hacks. For example, the screenshot here, we do a roundup of the top 5 incidents in June, and we gave like a good summary of the practices for developers to adopt to prevent hacks. But of course, for general users, we also have a segment where users are kept in touch on what are the new types of scams and how to not interact with them. Yep, I think that is basically it for my part. So thank you so much everyone for listening in, and maybe I'll pass the time to Chris and she will share more on the technological innovations that we are currently working towards right now. Thank you.
Hello guys, so this part is about our future directions. Regarding the technological innovations, Hashdit published the transaction prevention solution. So the background is nowadays, correct. So nowadays, the code-centric methods are insufficient to address long code-related factors. So Hashdit introduced the transaction prevention solution. It's a proactive defense strategy for threat detection and handling. We want to introduce a robust multi-layer protection system. As for the architecture, project teams need to integrate our modular disposition code into the project's smart contract. On the one hand, we provide attack detection feature using Hashdit security data to add an extra layer of detection. On the other hand, project team can control the disposition of funds by setting detection and disposal method via pre-selected strategies. Now we have three core strategies. Strategy 1, Guardian. Strategy 2, Oracle. Strategy 3, Meta Signature. Project teams can use these three individually or in combination. The basic idea of the Guardian strategy is when a user transfers funds via the project contract and the amount exceeds the preset threshold, the fund are automatically moved to the Guardian contract, triggering a security event. The Hashdit backend monitors this event in real time and rates the transaction security risk. When the risk is low, it will unfreeze the funds. Otherwise, the funds remain in the Guardian contract, and the project team can dispose of them as needed. So the advantages of the Guardian strategies are: firstly, the transfer or withdrawal of funds can be completed in the subsequent block, so the time cost is short. Secondly, the deployment is straightforward. Thirdly, it has a lightweight event monitoring module with high efficiency. As for the limitations, it is only suitable for simple and direct transfer logic, and it requires at least 2 transactions. What's more, it may lead to potential false positive or false negatives because the data is totally supported by Hashdit. As for Oracle strategy, the basic idea is integrating Oracle query logic into the project's smart contract functions handling fund transfers. Hashdit provides the Oracle with data from its extensive threat intelligence network. Now we are offering 2 Oracle solutions, on-chain and off-chain. The main difference between these two is, for on-chain version, all the operations can be completed within 1 transaction, while for off-chain version, it requires at least 2 transactions. So the advantages of the Oracle strategies are: off-chain Oracle uses chain-links architecture, which guarantee high security. There is no need for time lock or custodial contracts. Funds stay with the owner. On-chain Oracle identifies and disposes of funds in one single transaction, so it's suitable for flash loans. It is ideal for complex fund transfer designs. As for limitations, off-chain Oracle integration is complex. Off-chain Oracle incurs query costs, however, is controllable. As for our last strategy, Meta Signature strategy, the basic idea is the front-end queries Hashdit for risk data, calculates the signature, and includes it into the transaction. Then on-chain verification ensures that transactions goes to appropriate disposal processes based on the risk level. So the advantage of this strategy is it can access off-chain from on-chain at a low risk. Also, it can guarantee the authenticity and the integrity of the risk data. However, the integration is complicated. The front end should be modified, customized. So that's pretty much from my side. Maybe I'll hand over to Ayden again. Thank you.
Thank you, Chris. Thank you, Sebastian. And thank you all of you for attending and being patient for this presentation. I hope this will not be too long for you guys, though. Yeah, we can. I think we can go ahead and move to a Q&A session. I think we already seen some of the comments already, but I think that one has been addressed by Sebastian introducing our main products. So, yeah, thank you all guys for the wonderful presentation.
Yeah, thank you very much for the presentation, Ayden, Chris, and Sebastian. We have some questions. I will start. For example, it's curious for me, like you are only in BNB Chain, is that correct?
Yes. For now, like we are only a BNB Chain. We are focusing on the BNB Chain security. Maybe in the future we will try to cover more chains, such as Ethereum, Polygon, Arbitrum. But right now, I think it's more focusing on BNB Chain things.
Yeah. Okay. This was something curious for my side, and then another curiosity for me is like. At the end, you provide value to the end customer, the investor. But in your business model, I see your big partners are, for example, PancakeSwap or Trust Wallets. So at the end, it's like you are providing the value to the final customer, the retail investor in general, and also any investor. But the big partners like PancakeSwap or Trust Wallets are the kind of customer you are looking for, because they see the value, making the whole DeFi safer is a good business for them, especially when they have a big amount of new users coming to the space. So I'm just curious if you will keep just doing that, looking for a business where you partner with big DeFi protocols.
Yeah, that's a very good question. Thank you, Ancient. So I think the main business model and strategy will be like we can certainly reach out to the individual users regarding our products. We have the Hashdit Snap, we have the Hashdit extension that is aiming for the individual users instead of the very big DeFi things. But later on, like I think in the end of the world, like the big products such as the Trust Wallet and PancakeSwap, they are more gathering of the users, and they are the product that the users use every single day. So cooperating with them and to attract more users is inevitable in the future. So in that case, we can reach our goal, which is to help building a more secure Web3 and a DeFi world by cooperating with the very big product contributors, so that we can integrate our APIs and the evaluation system with them. In the end, we can serve more users than we expected. We also have the our own products. I think Sebastian just introduced the Hashdit Snap, the Hashdit extension, and maybe in the future the token security analyzer, which will be live on our website things as well. So I think to answer the question long and short, we are certainly seeking for more cooperations with the big DeFi ecosystems and the big DeFi or wallet providers. And also we are trying to explore a different path to serve individual users as well, so that user can just use our products directly, and so that we can help them to be secure on the DeFi world, even though they are not using one of the major DeFis.
Yeah, nice answer. Yeah, so at the end, everybody can download the Chrome extension, for example, or the Snap in MetaMask. So final customer also can use these products to protect themselves. Lovely. And I have one question that is related with the future with PancakeSwap as well. The community knows that we have a big launch this quarter about B4, and there is many people making this question that is about the hooks. The hooks are smart contracts that can be embedded on the liquidity pools to personalize the liquidity pools. So this will be a permissionless system as well, like everybody can create a hook and put it in the B4 that is coming. So they will ask, like, how do you ensure that there is no malicious smart contracts there in the hooks? Do you think Hashdit can do something similar, like similar to a token scanner, where they can classify hooks in depending of the risk that they have?
Yeah, I think certainly like this is on the development of our in our plan. We'll try to regarding the PancakeSwap before we'll be trying to release a new version of our Hashdit API to try to cover the hooks. You know, the Web3 is evolving very, very fast. Like every single day, you have the new technology like upcoming in. I remember several months ago, it was a BTC. It was a BTC able to release new tokens, and we spent some weeks and months digging over into that. I think for the hooks one, certainly it has some like attributes that is unique for the hooks, and we can try to identify the hooks in Hashdit in Hashdit products, and we have our own scanner, analyzers, and things like that is able to do the code analysis and the on-chain data analysis and much more on that. In the end, we can cover that for sure. It is within progress. We'll share with you more details. Maybe in the next AMA, we can share with you about the progression and things like that if you're interested in that.
Lovely, lovely. Thank you for your answer. There is one question here in the chat that is asking about the different products you have. What is your main product? Is the audit product or is the token scanning? Which one is the biggest success for you so far?
Yeah, I think Sebastian already introduced a lot of the product that we have. I would say our main product is the servicing. It's more like the Hashdit Snap and extension aiming at securing the individual users who is using that. And we also have a lot of API products that is aiming for the business cooperation that we have cooperated with PancakeSwap and Trust Wallet for so long. So that user who is using those two projects or DeFis that we cooperate with can be protected from being fraud or being scammed, and to make sure they're safe. So I think the main product will still be the automated scanning system and the alerting system for the Hashdit. For the auditing things, I think it is also another product, but maybe not the main product. If you're saying about a main product, we are contributing more efforts on the previous one.
Okay, yeah, thank you for the answer, Ayden. I will leave Jeff Fran for next question.
I think you covered most of the questions that I had, and also for the questions that we have been thinking for Hashdit. I think the presentation was quite good. I mean, I think if I ask a question, you already covered most of it. So anything else you would like to share with us, maybe, or Annie, if you have any other question? I think I will leave this space completely satisfied in terms of what I wanted to know.
Yeah, I don't have more questions, so I will leave some time for Ayden if you want to provide any comments to the community about where they can find more information or where they can reach you. That will be great to end up.
Yeah, sure. Thank you, Chef. Thank you, Ancient. Thank you, Chris and Sebastian, for the presentation and questions. Yeah, I think it is. I'm pretty happy to be on this stage. It's pretty happy to get a straight connection to the PancakeSwap members via this protocol, and also some of the potential users who will be using the Hashdit product in the future. I'm very excited to share that we are currently trying our best to provide the security solution to the end users and the DeFi's. Also, we're very excited to share that our actually just Chris introduced our latest feature, the transaction prevention product, and maybe we can share next time about some more exciting features in development, such as the token security APIs and the monitoring system and whatnot. So yeah, to end up with, I think just follow our Twitter, and you can also find us in Telegram, and we don't have a YouTube channel for now, but maybe in the future. Make sure you follow us on the Twitter for the latest updates, and yeah, let's make the Web3 world in a more secure way. Thank you.
Thank you, guys. I want to extend a nice and super warm thank you for the three of you for the presentation. It was super complete. I think we cover all the things that we wanted to know. Also, thank you for the brief of what you are working for the future. It's really nice to see that there is a group of people, there is someone taking care of the security. Security is a really big point, and not all of the projects and the users it takes time to learn and understand and build on top of that. And being crypto moves so fast, you need to develop on a daily basis to increase the security for the users. So as PancakeSwap, I want to say a really big thank you for all the work that you have been done with us this years, and let's continue building together. So I see there is a comment about there was a great AMA, and you cover a lot, guys. So thank you also. Anything else you would like to say before we wrap up? This is your moment.
Yeah, I think that's all good on my side. Chris and Sebastian, do you have anything to say?
No, not much from me. I think we cover most of the things. If you guys like any things, any feedback for any of our security solutions so far, do feel free to just drop us an email, and we will like to cater more towards PancakeSwap users as well. If you have any suggestions on how we can improve on, that will be extremely helpful to us. Yep. Thank you.
Yeah, also last thing from me. Thank you, guys. Glad to be here.
Thank you all. Thanks, Annie, too, for being here on this new episode of Pancake Talks. Tune in next week for another episode with another guest in the PancakeSwap kitchen. Have a nice rest of the day, afternoon, evening for all of you, and see you guys really soon. Bye-bye.
Bye bye. See you.